But people don't pay attention to the financial incentive that they have for this kind of stuff. There's a reason why you want to prop women up over men, especially if you're a big social media company and women are threatening to not use your social media if this guy isn't gone. 65% of all the consumer debt, women. Women are 2 times more responsive to ads shown to them on social media.
Trey, you hit the nail on the head, bro. And Ed Sterling, you're a personal friend of Andrew Tate. How are you processing everything that's happening right now with him being canceled and banned from every major social media platform?
You know, it's really quite painful to watch one of your close friends be slandered left, right, and center, to be misinterpreted, to be deliberately misinterpreted, to be deliberately taken out of context, to have his reputation dragged through the mud by people who've never met the man, people who've never spent quality time with him. And I know from my time with that man that everything they're saying is the complete opposite of who Andrew is. Like, Andrew is one of probably the most generous man I know. He has the biggest heart. And it's a thing, most people on this planet will never get to see that side of him personally, because they just won't be hanging out with him. But he's so generous, he's so loyal, and all he's trying to do is inspire young men to wake up from the bullshit they have been fed.
The matrix that he considers them living in.
And exactly. the main reason he got cancelled, if my theory of this is not because of the, you know, him saying things about women that are being taken out of context. It's not that. It's the fact that he called out all this COVID bullshit a long time ago. Right, that footage of that is resurfacing again now. Him calling out that, him telling guys, you know, that the monetary system is screwing them over, inflation is screwing them over. You know, they're rigging elections and things like this. He's waking a lot of people up.
He's speaking truth to power, and the power doesn't like it.
Exactly. He's exposing a lot of the power systems that are in play right now that keep us slaves, that keep the average person a slave to the system. And that's why he's getting cancelled, because the powers that be don't want a guy like that convincing millions of young men to wake up.
But isn't that what you're doing? Do you think he's delivering the message in a way? Because honestly, I've seen short clips of it, and I've only seen bad short clips of him. Yeah, it's terrible.
But you've seen short clips.
Correct. But when I watched an interview of him,
right,
I was like, okay,
well, that's essentially the point. People are making a set, and you've referenced this multiple times. I'm sure someone's gonna clip something. Yeah. Sure, somebody's gonna clip something. That's why he did a whole hour-long final message, and so it couldn't be taken out of context.
Yeah. For everyone who doesn't think this is a big deal, if they don't like your opinions, they will take your bank account away.
That's crazy.
Ooh. This is what we're dealing with.
Yeah. So basically, we've reached a point in society where the word traditionalist scares people. Yeah. But the word feminist doesn't scare people.
Well, and they say they're for equality, but the name in and of itself is inherently biased.
There you go.
Feminism.
Yeah. There you go.
That says it there. But people don't pay attention to the financial incentive that they have for this kind of stuff. There's a reason why you want to prop women up over men, especially if you're a big social media company and women are threatening to not use your social media if this guy isn't gone. It's because women buy things. So like 65% of all the consumer debt, women. When you look at I actually just looked at a study a couple days ago that shows that women are 2 times more responsive to ads shown to them on social media. So they're the ones making all the purchases. So what you have to do is pander to women and tell them that they're right all of the time. Happy, happy, happy. So that they keep giving you money. So there's a huge financial incentive for a lot of this stuff. Like you look at feminism and wanting women into the workplace. Who benefits from that? You got women going into the workplace. That means that's going to stagnate. That's going to stagnate wages because there are more workers. Anything there's more of, it tends to be worth less.
Yes, right. Of course.
So you have that factor, but then you also have 2 times the people that you can tax.
Bingo.
So there's a huge financial incentive, and companies, by and large, have always judged up the pop culture in order for long financial gain. Like at Cosmopolitan, the leading journalist of Cosmopolitan literally came out and said word for word verbatim that she was a propagandist. She was paid in the 90s when Cosmopolitan was the most influential magazine for women. She was paid to lie about facts, data, and statistics to promote a more Sex in the City lifestyle. You can literally look that up. And it's because it sold more magazines and it made women buy more things that were in the magazines. So the same party going on with the social media stuff.
Trey, you hit the nail on the head, bro. And anytime that there's like a, CSI, cold case, whatever, it's like, what's the motivation? And in America today, FTM. Yeah. Follow the money, baby.
Yeah, it's
wow.
Okay, what's happening right here? Why are people getting canceled? Yeah. What's the agenda? What's going on right here? You talk about corporatism and they want women in the workplace. That's why so many corporations are basically saying, we'll pay for you to have an abortion. Oh, your state outlawed it? We'll pay for you to go to another state. Right. Oh, we'll talk about incentive packages and perks. Freeze your eggs, girl. We'll pay for that. All good. We want you working, girl. We want more women working. Yeah. Okay. And then the more that men are pushed down in society, who the hell's going to fight back? Traditionally, it's the men that fight back when, hey, I don't like this. Cancel them. Put a muzzle on them. Ban, shadow ban. So that's exactly what's happening right now.
We're in like a situation where people forget that these companies have no loyalty. They're like to a place. When back in the day,
their loyalty is the green.
When Rothschild had a factory in Detroit, he was going out taking pictures with people, handing out dimes because he wanted a good public, image of himself, because he cared about those people and he wanted them to like him because those are the people working in his factories. With globalization, these factories are all the way somewhere, who cares? And these people, they have no loyalty to the places that they practice business in. So they can extract all the resources by funding all this propaganda. When you got women in the workforce, now nobody's home to cook, so now we're more likely to eat McDonald's. Whatever.
Let's get our men fat and lazy, and let's get our women paid, and let's see how society changes.
So when you see all of this happening and it's completely obvious, but nobody's doing anything about it, you got to look for the money. That's the only thing that makes sense.
FTM.
Like, fundamentally, what's Andrew's message, right? To men is be capable, be strong, both physically and mentally. Yeah. Right. Brotherhood. Find like a band of brothers to work together, to grind together, to achieve success.
Yep.
That simple message is somehow dangerous.
And be tenacious.
Right.
Have tenacity. Exactly.
To not get bullied around.
And not get bullied around.
Right. I mean, you look at Andrew's response is perfect to it. He ain't letting himself get bullied. Right. And that should kind of scare people when you see that, a message as positive as that is considered controversial, bannable. What does that tell you? That tells you that the powers that be don't want men to be strong and competent and capable and able to think independently. Dang. They want you to be a slave. They want you to be plugged into the system, be a good little sheep, do exactly what you're told, wear the mask, take the jab, do this, do that.
And I'm in the music industry. I'm a rapper. So when I think about even hip hop and I think about the female artists that get promoted and they get like shoved to the forefront of the mainstream nowadays, it's the women who promote this. I run this. I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like instead of it being like, oh, this dude had sex with me or something, it's no, I had it with him and his boy the next day and whatever. It's almost like I wear the pants, I do this.
The population is focused on bullshit like that. Then you can just sweep in a whole bunch of legislation under the rug that allows inflation to
They want you skyrocket. Fat and lazy and sitting watching Netflix. They don't want you being in tune with what's actually happening.
Crazy. Go ahead.
I'm done.
No, but it's crazy because throughout human history, there's always been people that have been kings, conquerors, bigots, whatever, dictators, whatever you want to call them. They've been born and they said, we're going to go north and kill everybody in that direction for no apparent reason, just because they have the desire to conquer.
Yes.
Those people still exist. They just own tech companies. Those people still exist, and people forget. But now they have the technology to actually complete their mission. Before, when you had Genghis Khan on horseback, who never lost a single actual war until he died, he's only limited to what he can do. Hitler tried to take over the world with the country the size of Dakota, and he actually almost did it if it wasn't for America kind of stepping in and helping a little bit. So now you got these new people that still want to conquer the world. They just have a different way to do it, and they have a technological advantage to actually do it. And while people are talking about what bathroom we can go in, there are people making decisions that are going to dictate the direction that humanity goes in forever. Yes. When you talk about artificial intelligence, when you talk about all these, it literally just brings chills to me when I think about this stuff that people aren't even aware of, the direction that we're going. When we talk about either we're going to be a part of this machine thing in terms of technology or away from it, there are people making that decision right now while we're just distracted.
I think another really important thing to focus on is a lot of the blowback that mainstream media throws at Andrew is that his message is resonating with young boys.
Yes. He's waking them up.
He's waking up young men who are in school, right? The powers that be do not want men to wake up. They don't want young boys to start thinking for themselves. because then they might actually become competent and useful.
We just had a whole generation of young men that were just going to kind of sit around and listen to whatever we put on TikTok. Now there's this dude telling them, no, don't follow what the women are telling you to do. Do something different.
They're going to live in the metaverse. They're going to eat bugs. They're going to live in a pod. And then Andrew came along and threw a spanner in the works, and now they're not going to live that way. They've seen a lifestyle that they want to emulate.
So